Hello everyone, my name is Vanya. Today I will be talking about little kids being addicted to their screens. So I don't know about you guys, but whenever I go out or to even family events and on social medias, I see little kids glued to their devices or when being taken away cause huge chaos for them and everyone around them. For example, my little brother. The reason as to why I care so much about this topic is because my little brother has deeply struggled with technology, becoming a little demon whenever it was being taken from him, and just simply being deeply affected by screens growing up. I will now present the actual problem with this influence. So, the main problem is that children are being raised through screens, causing detrimental effects to their overall health. They are being corrupted by devices and social media. You guys as an audience should care about this because you have probably witnessed kids depending on technology or even have siblings who have been affected by this and will probably in a few years or so become parents where I'm sure you don't want little demons who are addicted to screens. So in the article Impact of Technology on Kids Today and Tomorrow written by WGU, they list the negative effects that technology has on children being lower attention span, increased risk and lack of privacy, risk of depression, obesity, failing grades, bullying, and social interaction issues. Knowing that we were all children that also grew up with technology, we have probably also faced some of these issues as well. But now that technology as in, is at an all-time high, there have been so many children who are also experiencing these problems. For example, in these videos, we can see how much technology has affected these children's. And for like my buddy rehearsal, I am gonna like play some TikToks of like children just being like crazy and like being addicted to devices. And in another article, Children Engagement with Digital Devices Screen Time, published by Pew Research Center, they state that children who began engaging with a smartphone before the age of 5 is 60%. And here I have a picture of statistical data explaining and showing the percentage that little kids were introduced at smartphones. And to me, it's crazy how here you can see how children age 0 to 2, 31% of them were introduced at smartphones at that age. And to me, that's honestly just crazy because those are literal babies and toddlers. And also in the article published by WGU, they state that the average 8 to 10-year-old spends almost 8 hours a day with a variety of media, while teenagers spend an average of 11 hours per day with media. And it's like now it's no wonder that those children in those TikToks that I showed were so addicted. They were introduced to technology at such a young age and an important time when their brains are barely developing. Like how could they not get addicted? And now that we know what the problem is, I will talk about the solution. And like I guess the obvious solution for this would to be to ban the use of technology for children, but that is basically impossible and honestly not the best solution. Because my solution is to limit and set technological rules within families to ensure that children's overall health isn't being impacted. And some people may oppose and say that technology is actually very beneficial to kids and can help them learn new things and even develop their minds. In the article published by WGU, they state that the benefits of technology used for children are helping them learn, classroom tool, preparing for future tech careers, improving multitasking, improve visual spatial development, and improves problem solving and decision making. And I'm not going to stand here and say that technology doesn't have beneficial effects on children because it does, but I will say that too much of it can negatively affect them, which is why my solution isn't to ban technology as a whole, but rather limit and set rules within families for children that we can implement as like a family or even like when we grow up and have children of our own. So now that I talked about my solution, let's compare different worlds. So without my solution, we would be living in a world where we see kids glued to their screens all day, screaming children, crying, throwing tantrums, as well as children being overall little demons to not only their parents but the people around them. And I'm also going to show like a picture of just children being really annoying. And then, so now for my solution, in a world with my solution, we can see children who haven't abused technology, how they are advancing in their schoolwork, like overall being nice, polite, and even getting amazing jobs growing up because of technology. So, I think we can all agree that the world with my solution is a better one, which is why I'm calling to action the limit of technology on children. And locally, like how we can take action is to maybe when we grow up, we can think twice about getting our future children iPads, computer, phones, or any screen in general. But and if we do, just to be sure that they are at a good age for them to have them, as well as talking about like screen use and social media and like how we can use it to help us, and also include like family media plans, because I know like YouTube or also Google has them, as well as setting time limits. And if we do give them like computers, phones, and iPads, set parental controls on them, which limits what websites they can use, the time limit, and all the activity they like have, as well as honestly just being a role model and being a role model, showing them that we aren't addicted to our phones and that they shouldn't either. And globally for this, just talk about like we can inform family members or friends about this issue, and if they do have a child that is addicted, let them know how they can help and ways as to why they should stop giving them so much screen time. And honestly, globally, something I know that I see when I go on TikTok and I see like videos about these crazy children are the comments. In the comments, I just see, and something we could do together as people is to bash those people or parents on the internet for letting their kids become so addicted to technology, and just overall bashing these little iPad kids. So the next time you see or know of a crazy little iPad kid, just know there's a hope of turning them from this. And I'm gonna input like a picture of my little brother being like a menace or like crying to this, and it's gonna be like a picture of my brother being like happy, active, and just overall an achieving kid. So, thank you, and